welcome to another point 0.5 session of Philly by Night Season 3. We are joining one of our newest players to join the family. Tonight is an auspicious event. We have an individual who is going to be making their way into the domain of Philadelphia from an adjacent barony. So, Vesper, if you would be so kind in our Dice channel and our Discord server to give me a rouse and blush, please. While you are doing that, I will do a little bit of narration. It has been almost a year since we have last met with the kindred of Philadelphia. There have been multiple wars fought in the city of brotherly love, and the city is at a turning point. Most of the kindred under John Sexton's reign have left the city when he disappeared under mysterious and tragic circumstances. But his darling wife, Alicia, has ascended to the throne as the first Nosferatu Prince of Philadelphia. But that is not the story we are telling tonight. Tonight, we settle into Balakinwood, a sleepy little hamlet in Marion County, just outside of Philadelphia. Vesper, as you rouse from day sleep, you feel the hunger rise a little bit in the back of your throat. The beast is not quite clawing and braying for blood, but you are peckish. You have roused in one of the many rooms of Baron Merrick's personal estate. After all, he has taken quite a shine to you. But tonight, Vesper, you find yourself no longer willing to play the pretty doll for the obsessed dragon. There is something in the back of your mind. Perhaps it's the beast, perhaps it is what remains of your humanity that is urging you to run. Now, being that you have spent so much time in proximity to the city of Philadelphia, you have heard some interesting stories. And, after all, in one of the beds, in one of the long-term units at the Hospital of Pennsylvania, someone very special is waiting for you. And you can do them no good in this gilded cage of Balakinwood. Just 1 second. I am so sorry about that.
Everyone's trying to reach out.
As soon as I start a session, everybody immediately needs to reach out to me, and it is kind of wild. It's like they know. We couldn't possibly have like alerts and stuff on our Discord server or anything when events start. No, that simply does not happen. But anyway, getting back to things. So Vesper, as you rouse from day sleep and you find yourself sitting on the edge of this lavish bed in this well-appointed room, in this gilded cage you have found yourself in, trading one master for another, what's going through your head this evening?
Initially, it's the fear. It's that gnawing in the back of her head or in the back of her mind that the walls are getting closer. Like, she wanted to get away and have a sabbatical as an artist, find some new inspiration, and Bear and Merrick, being that they're both artists in a form of fashion, um, and not hard to look at all, made it really easy for them to have that, that mutual artist pining that all the fans go crazy over. Um, but where they originally had agreed, my apologies, where they had originally agreed to keep it cute, keep it casual. They are artists, they are professionals. Um, they started to get too close. He started to get too close, and it's causing that fear. So,
Oh, yes. Because while you had agreed to keep it cute and keep it casual, there is one thing that you forgot to account for. And that is Clan Zamitsi's bane. The obsession, the possession. And he simply added you to his hoard like you were just another trinket or bauble.
which is not what Vesper is about in any form or fashion.
Because she has been a kept woman for as long as she can remember being a kindred.
She's only like 10 years dead, if that, as far as she knows.
But for that decade, she has been a kept woman. Dante has had her surrounded by people, staff, individuals who will not just serve her, but also keep an eye on her. And that has got to be grating at the beast. So you decide on this night that it is time to make a clean break from Baron Merrick. After all, you've heard the stories of Philadelphia. They take just about all comers. You have heard that some individuals have met their untimely end in the city of brotherly love, but more and more kindred find themselves thriving, especially under this new Nosferatu prince. And you've heard Merrick on occasion mention Alicia the Merciful. But this sobriquet sounds more sarcastic than genuine. So first things first, go ahead and give for me a dexterity and stealth to creep out of the to creep your way out of the haven.
All right, dexterity and stealth. One moment.
You can blood surge if you like.
I feel like blood surging might be a little too risky right now. Well,
I mean, worst case scenario, you go from hunger 2 to hunger 3. So, I mean, yeah, blood surging does carry an inherent risk.
no, we're good. I don't need that.
Okay. Very nice. 5 successes with a critical. You are, as far as you are aware, you are able to slip out of the haven. No one stops you. No one calls attention to you. you are able to slip out into the night. Spring has sprung in Balakinwood, and with it come the faint scents of both wisteria and lilac. The air is perfumed, but even for us, the air carries with it the faint scent of vitae and rot. The closer you get to Philadelphia, the more pronounced the scent of rot becomes. Doesn't take you long. How would you like to get to Philadelphia proper? Would you like to take the train, Uber, maybe a hack taxi?
She would probably grab her phone and request an Uber. If anyone does recognize her, it could stir up whispers and trouble. Best to play it safe.
Are we taking any steps to disguise our appearance? Scarf, big floppy hat, sunglasses, anything like that?
I would think that the type of attire that Merrick would keep her in is not what she's traditionally seen as. Her art type is completely different. So she's got the two butterflies in her hair or butterfly pins in her hair. And so, yeah, she might have a scarf. Her dress is like longer, flowy, more pronounced in the chest. And while she does typically have more risque, revealing clothing, it's sharper. It's more dangerous looking. This is just soft.
Okay. So we request an Uber, and one arrives fairly quickly. After all, the city is still abuzz with kind activity. It is second only to New York as far as nocturnal activities. And as you hop in your Uber, where did you request the Uber take you? Just any old point in the city? Downtown? Maybe Northern Liberties?
I would say probably downtown. With what she knows, with what she knows of the city and their customs, is you typically want to find the person in charge and introduce yourself. Um, Being in the city would provide her some cover as people would be moving around, and the big man on campus, or I guess big woman on campus, um, they might be seen in the city because who wouldn't want to have, in her mind, who wouldn't want to have the prime area for hunting?
Of course. Of course. And so you set your destination to Center City, um, near City Hall, because makes sense. It is the seat of kind power. Why wouldn't the kindred of the area be nearby? So, as the Uber glides off into the night, I would like for you to please give me a wits and awareness. It is a sliding scale, so do not panic.
Okay, I thought I had a specialty on there, but I did not put that one there. Okay, give me 1 second. The bot is taking a really long time to load.
It's been slow today. It's been slow all day today. Okay.
Successes.
3 successes is actually really good for this. You keep catching your Uber driver giving you glances in the rearview mirror. And he says, "You look familiar. Have I seen you around before?"
She'll put on a charming smile and just shrug. I don't think so. I'm new to Philly.
Okay. Okay. All right. Your charisma and persuasion pools are high enough. I'm not going to make you roll this one.
Thank you.
Uh, it's kind of the prerogative of being the storyteller. I can go, nah, we don't need to roll that one.
I could have failed.
You could have. You could have. You could also take half and be just fine.
That's true.
So the man just kind of, must be one of those faces. I got a brother like that. Everybody thinks he's like somebody famous. He just continues driving on. Doesn't make any further remark on it. Just seems like the kind of guy that like sometimes people have those faces.
Well, I guess who's my celebrity look-alike?
This musician my girlfriend got me into. Metal. One of those, fierce chicks. Samantha something or other. Name's not coming to me.
Oh, shame. I'll have to see if I can look them up. See how much we actually look alike. And she's going to look out the window.
You look out the window as the suburbs begin to melt away into the city. You cross the Schuylkill River, and you find yourself headed down Market Street, past 30th Street Station, over the river, and into the heart of Philadelphia. The Uber glides to a halt in one of the parking spaces, and you're free to get out of the vehicle.
She'd utter a quick thank you as she reaches in, probably grabs like a tiny suitcase with like the most urgent things she might need, and pop out of the Uber.
And he gives a wave, and once he knows that you're out of the vehicle, he back into traffic, and off he goes. You now find yourself in the thick of it. Here in Center City, you are outside of City Hall, which looks like it has closed up for the evening. There's a few disparate lights here and there that are on in various offices, folks that work more than they sleep or relax. But for the most part, it is a relatively quiet night in Philadelphia. You do notice, however, that all of the buildings almost seem to curl in around you. It is not a visual, but more of a feeling of claustrophobia in the city. That there is something bent, twisted, off about the very city itself. You've seen plenty of pictures of this city, but nothing seems to do what you are experiencing right now any kind of justice. The pictures always make it seem like such a fun, vibrant place to visit, but now that you are here with boots on the ground, it feels wrong.
Her first question, hypothesis, assumption, whatever, is going to be maybe it's just city center. So she'll steal her face as much as she can with just a small and enthused smile, um, and she's just gonna start walking down the sidewalk. Maybe if she gets out of city center, it won't feel so claustrophobic.
'Tis true. 'Tis true. Now let's see. We find ourselves moving away, moving towards Old City, where things are a bit more likely to have open spaces closer to the Delaware River.
Mhm.
But as we wander, we're heading kind of south and to the east a little bit. But without trying too hard, as you first start down Broad Street before turning onto Spruce Street. As you turn onto Spruce Street, you notice something. All of the street signs and crosswalks are all rainbow, like the pride flag. Because you have found the neighborhood,
Oh, okay.
which is, for those that do not know, an actual neighborhood in Philadelphia. Is a delightful place to be. There are wonderful little boutiques, and it's a nice place to be. As you are walking along in the streets, trying to find yourself, I'm going to post something in your chat. Because you, as you're looking around, taking in the sights of the city, give me a wits and awareness again, please.
Okay, we can do that. Let's see. Wits awareness. Thankfully, I can just copy that. Okay. One success.
Okay. So, in that case, you not only run into, but you literally, physically run into this man. And he staggers back a couple of steps and looks you over and goes, "Oh, wee lamb, you really need to pay more attention of where you're going. I know the big city can be a lot for some."
There's something in her brain that just it rubs together, and it just.
When you look at this man, he is an obvious predator.
I feel like it's to withstand the words. She doesn't quite get a look at the man first. The sounds that he makes, or like the words that he said, just kind of sparked a little bit of like frustration. Like she was about to apologize because she didn't want to be rude, but and then it'll
Oh, we're being rude?
we're being rude. But no sooner does that start to make its way to like up her throat to her lips that it dies as she takes sight of him. Like, oh, he is. There's something about him that's not right.
He is too perfect, too symmetrical. That jawline, those cheekbones, everything about him is just on the other side of the uncanny valley.
So her jaw will tighten for just a second as she reconsiders what she was about to say. And she'll just give a polite nod. My apologies, mister. I'll be sure to look out. And just a charming little smile as she
Now,
steps out of his way.
let me see. I need you to give me an intelligence and streetwise.
Intelligence and streetwise. Ooh, okay. We can do that. Not very well. Okay, let's see what we get. That is 3 dice. Ooh, that's a bestial.
Okay. Well, um, that is in fact a bestial failure. Do you? I mean, no, there's really nothing you can do about that. So, for your bestial failure, let's see here.
The good luck couldn't last forever.
Your beast recoils. It becomes agitated. And you go up by 1 point of hunger. It screams in the back of your mind. It watches us.
It watches us.
Mm-hmm. Now, this could just be the ramblings of your beast. The beast is not a reliable narrator. It is an amalgamation of all of the cruelty and horror. It is the antithesis of what it means to be a human. So this could simply be your beast acting up, or it could be something more. But do you continue on down the street?
This man is off-putting.
Yes. He's gorgeous. He is stunningly beautiful. But there is something about him that is wrong. That is obvious predator.
Right.
Like, it is dinging every alarm bell in your tiny little lizard brain in the back of your head where all of your survival instincts live. Like, lizard brain is going, predator. Predator, 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 predator. Find a hole, find a tree, get away.
She'll give him like another like once over look, and this expression is like intrigued but confused. Like she's not quite sure what to make of this man, other than pretty. Don't like though. Mm-mm. And she'll just turn her back, and she'll start walking the other direction, but she'll try to catch glimpses of him, trying to rationalize.
As you go to turn around, you catch sight of your reflection in one of the shop windows. And for a brief moment, it's almost as if the man is standing right behind you. But when you turn, he's nowhere to be seen.
she'll like kind of like scan the streets. Like no, he's not in the spot he was in when she started to walk away.
Correct.
Just gone, vanished.
Like a fart in the wind.
So yeah, she'll grip onto her suitcase for a second, kind of like look around, and she's in public. Just put on a smile, take a deep false breath. Welcome to the city of brotherly love, I guess. They're a bunch of characters.
And it happens again as you make your way through the neighborhood. Another 20-minute walk. You glance over into a window, always watching your back. And there he is again. Smiling. Perfect. And as you whip around, there's nothing there. Nothing but the thinnest of air.
She's going to just maybe being in his presence for so long and just being such a stranger really threw her off. It's a temporary obsession. Maybe as she meets new people, she'll get over it. But she's going to sit there and like rub her temples for a second and just try to think of like kind of reprioritize like her list. What does she need to get done? Obviously, obsessing over this man is not going to be it. So
Nope.
pretend it doesn't exist.
Let's see. And you do not have kindred iconography, so
She does not.
shame that.
Why? Why would she have that? She didn't need it.
Some people take it, some people don't. It's just a matter of, sometimes it's a fun little shorthand to get you places where you need to be. But
Take it.
as she sits a little while longer and tries to collect herself, you can hear the clicking of polished leather soles against the concrete. And as you look up, as firm as the bench you are sitting on, as real as the concrete beneath your feet, there he is again. Smiling, hands folded. Oh, I know. The first night off the turnip truck can be a little disorienting. Perhaps I can take you someplace where you can collect your thoughts.
Have you been following me this entire time?
Not this entire time.
Okay, so the answer is yes. Do you need something? And I what do you want?
You're not from around here, and you see the faintest flash of fang. That can be a problem for some.
She'll kind of pale for a second. Um, she's never seen that power before, and so she'll just be like, "That makes sense." And for a moment, she's very like standoffish, like she's reaching for her bag, but she's not moving.
And he unfurls a hand. Please, you may call me Ed aloud.
She'll It'll take a second, but she'll slowly reach out her other hand, not removing it from her suitcase. Edlar. She tries her best to get back to him.
Your French is shit, but we can work on it.
She'll just roll her eyes just a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Say it again for me.
Adelard.
Adelard.
Well, to the general public, anyway.
And she'll.
Go ahead. Go ahead and give me a resolve and insight. Not with your specialty, just a standard resolve and insight.
Okay.
And do not forget you are at hunger 3.
There we are.
Okay.
Successes.
So it is not easy to, or it's not difficult to read between the lines. This man is obviously a kindred.
Yes.
He has obviously given you his mask name.
Mm-hmm.
And he has made it clear that you're somewhere you should not be right now. And there are protocols in place for these things. Do you wish to go with him? Or do you wish to continue some witty repartee in public?
Not in public. She'll. Is it like a handshake? Are they holding hands like a handshake? Or is it just.
He's got his hand out, palm up, as if to like help her off of the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is trying to be disarming in his movements, but he's still a predator. Like, he's very obviously a predator.
Right. Yeah, she'll take his hand and she'll slowly lift herself up and she'll give another smile. Samantha, Nocturne.
The music, yes?
And she'll give a sweet smile. That's correct.
And he will guide her along. At the end of the block, there is a sedan. It is unremarkable. Like, we're talking the beigest of beige flags. It does not look fancy, but it does not look broken down. It is a car that could easily escape notice on any other night of the week.
I feel like Samantha would have the type of training that you typically don't go into people's unmarked vans.
I said, nah, sister, you ain't getting me to no secondary location.
No. So yeah, she'll see the van and she'll give him a look. Her hand like you can feel the hand tense up as she's like, is there somewhere I could meet you? And she's like looking between him and the van, like very obvious terror.
I just want to clear it's a sedan, not a van.
Like that makes a difference. It is completely unmarked. She's like looking between him and this sedan. Apologies, the sedan.
It's okay.
Obvious, like there is no need to assume. It's very clear that she is terrified.
You can ride with me to the art museum, or we can find another way to get you to the art museum. But your destination right now is the Philadelphia Art Museum. Or have I stuttered?
It is very clear that this man could dispatch her in an instant. So She's still very afraid, but she's just going to stare down the sedan as they start walking closer and closer. If this is how she goes, this just has to be how she goes.
If this is how she goes, this is how she goes. And he will be a gentleman about it. He'll open the passenger door, let her get inside if she so desires. He'll get into the driver's seat himself. And he'll just settle in, start the car up.
Did he put her in the back seat or in the passenger?
Passenger seat next to him.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, no, like, he's slimy, he's smarmy, but there is this element of like, look, kid, I get it. I am not. You have every reason to not trust me. So I am trying to play this as straight as possible.
Right.
And he gets in and he turns on the radio, and it's one of the local talk radio. It's actually tuned into one of the local conspiracy theory stations where you hear the presenter online right now is talking about like strange flowers that have been popping up throughout the city and incidents involving dogs of unusual size. It's the kind of late night shock conspiracy talk that you would normally hear on AM radio. And he's just bebopping along as the sedan glides away from the curb and off into the night. It doesn't take you very long. Traffic is sparse at this time of night. Before the vehicle pulls into one of the many underground parking structures at the Philadelphia Museum of Art. As you exit the car, you see, as you were pulling up before you parked, you could see this massive neo-Roman type of structure, the columns, the lights that are lighting it up cast it in this faint orange glow that makes the art museum look as though it is on fire. It is just this magnificent structure, what you would expect the ancients to have built as like a temple. But as the car parks and he guides you out of the underground parking structure and into the art museum proper, as you're walking along, you notice here, there, and everywhere on the floor, carved into some of the wood paneling on the walls, just these odd little glyphs and symbols. And at certain glyphs and certain symbols, you will see him kind of divert his path down one hallway or another, leading you through almost this maze structure before you arrive between these two massive wooden doors that are covered in sun and lion motifs. One of the handles is a stylized scepter like you would see a European king wield. The other is a stylized sword, a gladius. They are made of bronze, so there's no worry about getting cut or anything like that. This is simply decorative. And as he opens the door, if the prince would not mind telling us the scene that Vesper is met with.
It is an ocean of white marble. Perfection in every detail. It is enough to make your head spin and your beast purr. You can see sculptures. You can see paintings. You can see what appear to be runic carvings in each of the columns that seem to lead to this enormous, gorgeous marble throne. And you can see a very comfortable looking chair to the front left of this gorgeous marble throne.
Are any of the seats vacant?
Well, the throne is vacant, yes. So is that the more comfortable chair. Though there is an individual scuttering out wearing a white hood and white abaya. This individual is also wearing armor in the same shade of bronze as the weapons at the door. Were it not for the color, it would be intensely difficult to differentiate between a real human skeleton and this armor. This individual also wears, in the same shade of bronze, a skull mask so that none of their facial features can be seen.
The man who called himself Adelard in public offers a soft bow to the individual, picked up a straggler in the neighborhood. I thought it would be best to bring them to you so that we can avoid any unpleasantness.
You're lucky your primogen had the foresight to call, otherwise I might not have been as polite as to cover certain things.
I'm surprised she had enough in her this evening. She has been quite enthralled with her latest work.
Yeah, well, apparently that Malkavian was helping out again.
And he just kind of gives a knowing nod. This is, and he'll gesture over to Vesper, one Samantha Nocturne,
Yes.
a newcomer to our city.
I feel like with her one dot of etiquette, she might have the wherewithal to offer a polite curtsy.
Go ahead and give me a charisma and etiquette. I want to see how much this curtsy actually impresses the individual in front of you.
Okay, 1 second. Okay. One success.
Your Grace, she's trying, but what would you make of that display? Also, we're going to just ignore that bestial failure. You've had a rough night already.
You're one of those. Again, it is a good thing that your primogen, should you choose to stay around, had the foresight to give me a call.
Um,
Samantha doesn't recall giving him her.
Samantha never did.
She's gonna like look it slowly turn to him and turn back.
Does she not know anything?
To be fair, Your Grace, we are a far more prepared city than most. And he'll look over at Samantha and just go,
Do you know what an oracle is?
I don't think she would.
What's your occult score? Your occult score is 0? No, you would have no idea. You might have heard of like the Oracle of Delphi, like that kind of oracle, but in our, like in kindred circuit, you'd have no idea.
She'll like look down for a second, look around as if she's like trying to scan her brain for like a thought, and she's like, no,
It's as I feared, Your Grace. This one did just fall off the turnip truck.
Right. So, you should be aware. Let me try something else. Good evening. I am Prince of Philadelphia, Alicia Sexton. I am a Nosferatu. Do you know what that means?
she'll bob her head from side to side, and then give a slow nod, like she's unsure of the knowledge she has.
Now, so you recognize that this mask and this couture is a matter of courtesy given to you by me, given your family's history of, well, judging a book by its cover.
You are most gracious, Prince Sexton.
And you are aware that members of your family, historically speaking, set a lot of store by knowing things that other folks do not.
I believe so, Your Grace.
So y'all move fast and y'all have the presence about you, and y'all tend to know things before other folks know them. The primogen for Clan Toreador in my city is an oracle, which means she has put a lot of training into that knowing things before other folks know them.
And she's starting to piece it together. Yes. Yes, Your Grace.
So, one of the individuals who will assist you in building a place in the city, should you choose to stick around, is an individual who probably knows a bit more about you than you would like.
And she'll smile and offer a polite shrug. I mean, anything you'd like to know, I'd happily offer it. I'm an open book.
Why are you here? Have you heard anything about us at all?
She said she was going to be honest. She didn't want to be that honest.
You would notice at this point that the man standing beside you has stopped looking at the prince and has turned to look directly at you. Still smiling, still polite.
You see, Your Grace, I have been looking for more inspiration. I've been traveling found myself in a different place for a little while, and it was starting to get a little too stuffy again. So I wanted to.
So you were being run by a Ventru.
No, no.
Oh, that's fine. I should give you warning though that mostly I'm just keeping the seat warm for my husband, and he is a Ventru, which means things tend to get a little stuffy around here too.
I'm sure it will be. I'm sure it will be fine. It's more so in the industry I'm in.
Ah, uh, uh, she's gonna look over at her escort. Uh, the arts, then.
Oh, music, Your Grace. Rather famous, too.
Recommend that we don't let the little Malkavian know that, if at all possible.
Just gonna go over to Laurent.
A friend of my dear cousin. It's all right. And he just reaches up and taps the side of his skull.
She's making notes when he like pulls down his eye and taps his. She doesn't have much to go off of other than what few abilities she does have. Okay.
She's got a decent intelligence score.
Yes.
She has a decent insight score.
Mhm.
So like you can kind of put together that like Laurent told you he's got an eye on you. Something's going on in someone's brain. Like these are common enough gestures that like you can kind of put two and two together what they're talking about.
Right.
I take it you'll be needing a place to stay, and looks you over. A change of clothes?
Her eye might twitch as it's not her clothes technically, but like still she is wearing it. Like, and she'll give a small nod. If you would be so gracious as to allow me to stay, then yes.
Well, suppose this is your call, then, Whip, isn't it?
Oh, she has potential, certainly, and being young does come with its own unique gifts, since she doesn't appear to know much about, well, anything. She'll need a mentor, and
Which is why I say it's pretty much up to you, isn't it?
since I have done such a remarkable job tutoring the others in this city, what's one more pupil?
Just to make sure we're on the same page, you are offering to take this younger member under your family, under your admittedly gorgeous wings.
As the duly appointed representative of the Primogen of Clan Toreador, I have been authorized to speak in her place, and yes, we are prepared to take responsibility for this one until such a time as she decides she wishes to leave the city or otherwise depart.
And you'll explain why we're a little bit jumpy right now.
And he'll face Vesper head on again. What exactly have you heard about our fair city?
Let's see. I've heard that you guys, well, as obviously, obviously, there was a change in leadership. Um,
Two.
too.
In less than a year.
Oh,
Unfortunately, the former prince's predecessor was ill-suited for the task, and he felt the need to instigate a bit of regime change.
For those of us that ain't born with a silver spoon inserted in specific places, that means we done did a coup.
right. That fascinating. He must be well suited. I do wish for his speedy recovery, so he can return. Um, let's see. You guys have had your change in. You've had a change in leadership a few times. Um, and she'll begin to spout off whatever Merrick, or she would get dripped from her from Merrick.
You
But
would
she would
have
never mention.
you would have heard about the ongoing violence in Philadelphia that quelled late last year. Near the end of the summer last year, things started to quiet down. You would have heard about the prince from Merrick, who would speak of her rather highly as a fellow artiste. From what he has kind of dripped to Vesper, you can almost assume that the armor she is wearing was crafted by her own hand.
Huh. So she'll give like a gentle nod and put her hand to her chest. If I am correct, my grace or your grace, that armor was crafted from your own hand.
Yes,
Uh,
custom.
it suits you. It's very beautiful.
Now, I have just a few questions before we get ourselves situated for the evening. You are familiar with the traditions, yes?
And she'll nod. Obviously, we don't reveal our nature. It's first and foremost. And she'll kind of wince a little bit as she kind of recites hospitality and then like introducing herself to Prince.
Hospitality, domain, destruction, all of that, yeah. They would not necessarily be rote memory, but because you would have passed through so many kindred domains as you were on tour, you would have been familiarized with the basics of the traditions.
She would when she winces, she'll try to offer a smile. This is the first city that we hadn't that wasn't prearranged whenever I was on tour. So
You look like a member of a certain generation. Do you play video games?
I don't have time for that. Apologies.
Do you know how to use a computer?
With a technology score of 0, no.
I'll get you a different kind of study guide. I got a comic book around here somewhere.
I believe we might have one laying around that we can ensure that she gets studied up on. After all, you are my responsibility now.
And doesn't that just chap?
Anything to serve the city.
You've given her your name, right?
We
Like
were in
this ain't
public
just
when
the
we.
kidnapping.
I gave her my mask when we were in public. And he turns and gives a bit of a flourish as he bows, not too deeply, just a shallow, polite bow. In more private spaces, you may call me Laurent.
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 But to answer your question, Your Grace, it was a bit of both.
I thought
We
we
can't
weren't
just
doing
have
that.
we can't just have unknown quantities roaming the streets.
I thought we weren't doing that kidnapping bit no more.
Technically, I offered her a ride here, but did tell her that this would be the destination, whether she traveled on her own or with me.
Her
There were
nose will
options.
her nose will curl just a little bit. It's like a it's just a are you are we lying in front of God and everybody right here? Like in front of the prince?
Laurent is kind of giving a more glossed over version of things. It's truth adjacent. He did give you the option, but he did tell you that regardless of how you got there, the destination would be the Philadelphia Museum of Art. Whether you went on your own or got in the car with him, but it would have been quicker getting in the car with him. So it's not entirely a lie, but it is certainly a little bit more gilded of the truth.
You lucky Mercy ain't here.
Or justice.
Why justice? He can't do that.
Both of them just scare the pants off of me.
I am going to refrain from making a comment.
And he'll dip his head. But if you'll excuse us, Your Grace, I should get this one back to the clan haven and washed up.
Oh, you should probably introduce her to Primogen, too.
If I can peel her away from her painting long enough.
Well, what's a little paint in the hair between friends?
And he'll turn so that he is still beside you, but now he is facing the opposite direction of you. Come along, sweetling.
She'll give another bow, or like another gentle curtsy. It was a pleasure meeting you, Your Grace.
Pleasure meeting you as well. And she's waiting for Laurent to be sort of out of earshot.
Yep, he has clicked towards the door.
Just to let you know, they might be a bit firm on the grip at first. The last couple of baby roses we had did not comport themselves very well. Stick to the rules and you'll be fine. Other than that, welcome to Philadelphia, and you may, of course, take advantage of any hospitality my city has to offer.
She'll give a polite bow. You truly are most gracious, Prince Sexton. And she'll turn and she'll turn and she'll start
I do have one more question for you.
like that, turns back around. Yes, Your Grace.
Who gave you the information that I was a craftsman? Nosferatu ain't known for that, except very specific circumstances.
it wouldn't be much of a secret. Both Merrick and Vesper have been seen like collaborating together, and she'll just give a polite nod again. You see, it wasn't an Nosferatu at all. My old collaborator, Merrick.
Ah,
Said
we are familiar. It's lovely that he's still talking me up on the art front.
Oh, not just the art front, Your Grace. He speaks quite highly of you every time I've heard it.
Oh, well, I certainly hope so. I thought we had a bit of a relationship happening. Mutual respect, not that kind. I'm a married woman.
Right, the former prince. And she'll nod, she'll smile. If there's nothing else she'll say, she'll just turn around and start to toddle out.
This is just the wave you get. Not that you can see a whole lot.
Oh,
Wow!
Not that you can see a whole lot of her face, but, you know, enough of the eye crinkle is there.
Just polite wave. Following behind Laurent.
gotta love when the finger slips. So sorry about that, folks. But Laurent will collect you at the door. He'll look over, he'll kind of like side eye you as you're walking through the halls. It's a good thing you didn't lie too much. And he just continues clicking through the hall.
She's gonna like pause and like furrow her brow. What do you mean? I don't think I lied at all.
Pelican Wood's lovely this time of year, and he just keeps moving.
She has nothing to no, she does have something to prove to this man. So she's gonna just ask. He's obviously not wanting to keep with that conversation. So she's going to switch gears and try to get some information about him. He's the whip.
He's the whip of Clan Toreador. Yep.
The whip of Clan Toreador. That was a question that she had. I think there'll just be a moment of silence, and she'll just ask, "How did you know I was a Toreador?"
Oh, I didn't, but my cousin, you see, she is very astute.
The Oracle.
You catch on quickly. You'll do fine here.
I don't know if she's been around very many roses, but it still has to be really irritating for like the backhand compliment every time.
Oh yeah, this man he is a catty little bitch. He is a horrid little twink. He means well most of the time. Like there is that kind of thin veneer of polite where he's just like, listen, let's not mince words, but also I'm going to mince.
She'll give him a little smile, look over, and just give an eye roll, not directly looking at him. And she'll, after a moment, she'll go, "Where are you? What is the secondary location you're taking me now?"
Oh, this would be a tertiary location. Tertiary. Third. This was the secondary location.
Where are you taking me?
We're going to Neverland.
The type of response that she would probably get from Dante or Merrick would just be like, "Don't worry about it, pat pat." But like,
it's still condescending, but less than what you would get from Dante or Merrick, but there is still that condescension of just like, oh, wee lamb, you don't know anything. So like, I will tell you what you need to know when you need to know it.
And very obviously, they don't need to breathe. So the sigh is just extra, extra. She'll just go, I suppose if it can't be helped, you'll just take me wherever I need to go.
He will stop. He will turn to face you. We are going to the Neverland Art Collective at 1432 South 2nd Street. It will be your home until you find a new home.
That's when it'll click. It's like, oh, when he said Neverland, he actually meant. She feels a little stupid. She's just, oh, okay.
Now, let's get you home and out of those rags. You were clearly dressed by a man.
Certainly not my choice. And she'll give a little cheeky smile.
No, most women don't, unless for obvious reasons.
That was my choice. Not the butterflies, obviously, but be amazed at the reaction double pigtails can get.
And he just kind of wrinkles his nose a little bit. I'm aware. And he'll just sigh unnecessarily and lead you back out to the parking garage. Gets back into the beige flag Buick.
And she's not as nervous this time. They've now had introductions. He's still off-putting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the man practically glides when he walks. He's that greasy.
And once she gets in the car, she'll sit, cross her ankles, cross her hands over. I'm surprised for someone of similar lineage, you would drive something so humble.
Flashy cars will get you killed. There were several individuals of the previous court that learned that lesson the hard way. No, I prefer something sturdy, reliable, and nondescript. When you drive around in the same car as 1,000 other people, it becomes much more difficult to monitor movements. And he reaches over, excuse me, and he'll pop open the glove box and remove a small, like, letter-sized envelope from a stack of likewise, letter-sized envelopes. Close the glove box again before holding the envelope out as he's driving. This is for you.
She won't snatch it out of his hands. Quite the opposite. She'll slowly pull it out of between his fingertips, almost like she's expecting him to like yank it back.
Which he doesn't. He lets her take it.
And she'll take it in her hand, kind of like sit it on her thighs and inspect it. Does it feel heavy?
It doesn't feel heavy, but it does feel like there are maybe like smaller, maybe like business cards or something in there, along with a folded up piece of paper. Like it feels like there is just paper inside of there. The only thing that feels hard would be the business cards, but other than that, it seems, and it doesn't have her name or anything like that. It is just a plain white envelope.
Okay, So yeah, she'll slowly rip through the envelope and inspect the contents.
Inside, you will find a number of business cards for some of the Kindred owned businesses throughout the city. You'll see a card for a nightclub called Malediction. You'll see a card for a lifestyle club called Guilty Pleasures. There are automotive, like auto repair and auto body facilities. There is Sunshine Cleaners, which he, as you get to that one, he reaches over and just kind of taps it. If you have any unfortunate messes during your stay, it's best to call them immediately. And go ahead.
No, you go ahead. This could wait.
And the last card in the stack just simply says Meals on Wheels. And you've heard of the Meals on Wheels program before. They bring meals to the elderly, invalid, shut-ins, things like that. But this looks more like if Meals on Wheels ran a blood bank. It's got that crimson lettering with a blood bag on the side. Just a stylized art bag with like the Red Cross on it. Oh, yes. And that is if you should find yourself unable to feed yourself. For a small fee, we can have something brought around for you.
And she'll nod and kind of scratch like her temple. This is all things that she didn't have to think about beforehand. So like the idea of going out and hunting, the idea of having to essentially interact with a kindred economy is foreign to her.
And there is a map inside the envelope that kind of details some go and no-go spaces. He taps one of the circles, Fairmount Park, along the Susquehanna or along the Schuylkill River, and go, yes, Fairmount Park. Do not ever go there at all.
Are we having issues?
I don't know. Are we having issues?
You were cutting out. I couldn't hear anything. You were pausing. Let me...
Apologies.
It might be my end. Give me just 1 second.
Yeah, I have a brand spanking new router, so...
Let's see. It's probably me. We're just going to switch. Okay. I should be better. Now I'm on what?
Oh, there we go. We are just going to pull your mic down just a teeny tiny bit.
Apologies.
No worries. It's just sometimes it's very quiet, other times it's very loud. And live gaming, what can you do? We do the best we can. It's a different show every night, folks.
No.
But
so I didn't hear the last card or the last card.
So the last card is for the Meals on Wheels, and the map is detailing kind of go and no-go areas and where the bounds of the domain are. Mm-hmm. And there is one circled area labeled Fairmount Park, which is along the Schuylkill River. Mm-hmm. And he says, under no circumstances, if you value your life, should you ever go there.
What's over there?
Are you familiar with the Garou?
No.
Werewolves. Shifting breeds.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
They are very real. They do not like us, and they will kill you violently and painfully if you violate their domain. So we leave them alone, and in return, they leave us alone. They consider us contained inside this worm-tainted city, and we don't expand our borders, they don't expand theirs, and things are peaceable.
I assume there's a similar agreement arranged between people outside of the city as well, or other factions.
There are 2 baronies outside of the city that we have non-aggression agreements with. You're familiar with the one.
To a point, yes.
Of course. To a point. And he's just going to continue driving. I'd also make sure to be very careful where you hunt. Not that you're in any worry of violating someone's domain, but places like Kensington and Fishtown, well, the blood there tends to be a little extra intoxicating.
And you'll see that she is a little more tense at that, and she'll nod. Duly noted.
Personally, I like to feed in the neighborhood. That's my comfort zone. You're more than welcome to join me should you ever need to. After all, I do have a nose for sort of things.
To tell us something's tainted.
I can tell if something is off or owned.
Huh.
Keeps me out of a great deal of trouble.
I'd imagine.
Well, you don't live for as long as I have without picking up a few tricks to keep yourself living just a little bit longer.
And she'll raise an eyebrow because she could not attempt to assign an age to him.
Yeah, no, I mean, this man looks like he's in his 20s.
She'll just give him a quirked eyebrow. Huh.
And he offers no clarification on it either.
She'll have like a word on the edge of her tongue. She'll be like, simple for their age. So she'll instead look down at the envelope. You just have a bunch of these on hand. You do a lot of training, don't you?
Well, the city is in a period of growth, and, well, we have a vibrant arts district. I anticipated more coming in than there were. After all, the late Prince Sexton was not all that fond of our family. He picked up distinct distaste for them down south.
Huh. And she'll look at him like there's a concern, a flash of concern on her face. Would you not be worried for when he returns?
No, because I'm useful, as is my cousin and my dear sweet friend, who you may get to meet soon. We provide vital services to the city. We obey the rules. We stay useful. We stay alive. If you were smart, you would do the same. After all, John is the type to have a keen eye for talent. And he is not the wasteful sort.
And she'll kind of she'll mumble to herself. She doesn't expect him to be able to pick it up, but she'll just go, I guess find a way to be useful. if he sees talent as useful.
And the only thing you can see from Laurent is the corners of his mouth tug a little higher as he pulls up in front of right where he said he was going to go, the Coterie Haven. And it is this... The front of the building is unassuming. But as you walk into the lobby, you see there are different art pieces, sculptures, paintings, but it is a small lobby, and at the rear is a large padded red door. And he leads you through it, and you find yourself in another longer hall with some sculptures and some paintings in it. Go ahead and give for me wits and awareness, please.
All right, what's an awareness? Dude. 2 successes.
Okay. So, as you are walking past these paintings and sculptures, there is something that immediately catches your eye. Every single one of these paintings looks to be done from someone's point of view, as though they were painted from memory of a scene they witnessed. The sculptures are astounding. Perfectly smooth marble, immaculately sculpted, the veins on the backs of the hands, the eyelashes. It is as though someone took a person and petrified it in marble. The level of detail in both the pictures and the sculptures are immaculate.
She'll admire a few of the sculptures and paintings, and make a quiet comment. What fascinating perspectives! You have many talented artists.
Oh, the paintings are my darling cousins, the Primogen. We're going to meet her right now. The sculptures are mine.
Your attention to detail is unlike anything I've seen.
Well, anatomy was always a special interest of mine, and he continues to click down the hallway.
I mean, she'll actually she doesn't bat an eye at that. No.
Why would she? Yeah.
No, there's no need. Like
It wasn't said sinister. It was just matter of fact. Like, anatomy has always been a special interest of mine.
Yeah. She will make a comment like along the lines of, "Must have taken many years of studying, but it has certainly paid off."
It's appreciated. Now, let's get you met with the Primogen proper, and then we can get you settled in. And as he reaches the end of the hall, he turns the corner and into what looks to be a large art studio with various easels and canvases set up. And we are going to bring in our wonderful Primogen, Wendy Darling. There we go. Cousin.
What?
Our guest has finally arrived.
We're supposed to have a guest?
Your other painting?
Oh,
The newly bloomed rose?
and she just starts throwing canvases places. This one, this one. You don't look right.
She'll slowly look over to Laurent, like,
She is. The sight takes its toll on some. All. The sight takes its toll on all.
my apologies for being so rude, and she'll offer a curtsy very similar to the one that she offered Prince Sexton.
Were you rude? Was she rude?
Oh, no. A bit unpolished, but not rude. No. She has been the picture of politeness all evening.
Pictures. You don't look like your picture. The hair is all wrong. All wrong.
Wendy, dear, why don't we all take a moment and sit down in the salon? You've been working too hard again. And he reaches up and he kind of smooths her hair out.
Oh. It was supposed to be braids. Why is it not braids?
Oh, I mean, I occasionally wear braids. There's a reaction in my audience with pigtails, though. It was deemed what is the term that they use? Beneficial to the image?
Record executives, wonderful. And he'll kind of grab Wendy by the elbow. Yes. Sometimes we change our appearance a little bit as the need suits us. Come, let us all get comfortable for the evening. And he leads Wendy and kind of looks over at Samantha like, please don't give me any more issues. I have this to deal with. Please don't you also be an issue. Come along now.
She'll follow along, and it's just like there's a moment where she like flashes him a confused look of like, I'm just here. I'm just meeting people. Don't look at me like that.
You would notice that Laurent's demeanor has changed. Where out on the street there was that slime to him. But when you see him interact with this short, pale redhead who has a wild look in her eye, he has almost a fraternal energy to him. More like a brother than a predator. And you do catch a glimpse that one of her eyes is covered with an eye patch as he leads her from out behind the canvas that she had been working on.
Is the newly formed... She's going to follow behind him, because obviously he's got his hands full. Is the painting that Wendy Darling was mentioning, the newly formed rose, is that still available to see? Like, is it just sitting there?
She's just, yeah. It's there.
Okay, I think
It is a photorealistic image of Vesper as she was when she was living.
Vesper would look at that, would look at the photo, and she'll quirk an eyebrow
surrounded by blood and roses.
She has no idea who that person is. And she's gonna bite back the feeling of a little disrespect because that looks nothing like her.
That face in that portrait is not your face. It is not the face you see in the mirror every day.
And so she'll just go like, how could she have confused? Maybe she is just on the fritz because that
She-
looks nothing like her.
She does seem like she is not all there.
So she'll have some frustration. She'll bite that back and just go along.
And Laurent, as she catches up, Laurent will look over at her. You will have to excuse my cousin. She is prone to her flights.
I was painting Odysseus again.
And he just kind of pats the hand that's latched onto his elbow.
The return to One Liberty Place.
And you will see the corners of his mouth and his eye just kind of twitch. He's not touching his face, but you see the indicators of like stress.
I painted.
Yes. Let's get you sat down and get you some tea.
Ooh. Tea.
Nothing like tea to bring you back to the here and now.
Tea. Do you like tea? It's special tea. Condition friendly.
Sorry, let me roll the pun back. She'll smile, and nod. I don't think I've had tea in quite a long time. Always traveling, you know.
Well, if you're interested, I can fix you a cup. And they get to this kind of well-appointed sitting room. There's a chase lounge, a little settee, some chairs. And he guides Wendy over to the chase, gets her sat down, walks over to a small bar, and kind of looks like he's beginning to prepare tea.
She'll give him a nod and a confirmation, like, sure, we've already climbed into this man's strange sedan. But what's also to accept something to drink from him. She'll turn to Primogen Wendy, darling, and she'll give like a little pat to her chest. Your paintings, we were looking at them while we were strolling in. You have a marvelous eye. Attention to detail.
Which ones are hanging up again?
There were pictures of a bookshop on fire, a group of individuals in a boardroom surrounding a rather large man, just an absolute mountain of a man that had a small brunette woman kind of clutched by the arm. They looked like they were staring intently at each other. There was another portrait of you noticed it's one of the buildings. One Liberty Place is what it's marked as on the map. It is this spire of steel and glass that it's actually this one right here.
Ah, yes.
Yep, that right there. That's One Liberty Place.
And she'll settle on the One Liberty Place painting. It's the construction, the perspective that you had as you captured the building, how the metal twists and contorts and bends. It's fascinating. How long did that take you?
I don't remember. You don't look like your picture.
If it's the hair, it's really no problem. I can probably put my hair back into braids after these next cycle of seasons are released.
But you don't look like her at all.
I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'm always me.
No.
And soon enough, Laurent comes back with a full tea service, sets the tray down, hands one of the cup and saucer sets to Wendy, and holds one out to you. The liquid in the cup is not tea, not as you would know it.
Mm-hmm.
It is thick, red, an almost floral fragrance to it.
Oh. So she'll look at that like, that might be something that she can actually drink. But she's gonna hold it and just kind of watch the others.
And Laurent takes his and takes a sip and just settles into the settee, kind of draping himself across the couch.
Drink. It's always better when it's warm.
It would be rude to not oblige, and she'll take a very gentle sip, not swallowing it, but
As soon as it hits your tongue, it is Vitae, the good stuff. This is not the clotted and coagulated blood bags. This is not the coppery taste of old men. This is fresh. This is new. This is blood.
are we making the distinction between blood and vitae? Like one from a kindred, one from a human?
Kind of, yes. I'm a dork and use them interchangeably most times. But this is mortal blood.
Okay.
To the best of your knowledge, this is mortal blood.
Okay. So then, yeah, she'll kind of leave it to sit on her tongue for a moment, savor it, and then, actually swallow it.
It's so good, right?
It is. Where did you? How did? And like, she'll have a bunch of questions that kind of die halfway through as she takes it.
And Laurent gives her this knowing smile. One of the many services the city offers. For a price, of course. And he...
Tea.
As you finish your cup, you will slake one hunger. And he'll look over at Wendy. There now. Feeling better, are we?
Yes.
Good.
I called Prince Sexton.
Something of which I am greatly appreciative. It was difficult to get our guest to come with me, but not impossible.
You'll have to forgive me. Being new to a city is...
Strange men and strange vehicles are not a combination for success, especially for a young femme-presenting individual such as yourself. I understand your worry and concern. And he'll look over at Wendy again, but perfectly polite.
You didn't immediately fall for his charm.
She'll have to stifle a laugh at that.
You will either be his best friend or his enemy.
Cousin, I would never simply make enemies like that. Though it is true, I tend to enjoy people who do not sway easily.
The only other person I know that has done that, well, you pay them to remain in your presence.
No, I pay them to not kill me. There is a difference.
Oh,
I guess we can be thankful that our meeting wasn't so volatile.
Oh, never volatile, not in public anyway. I have an image to uphold, of course. And now that you're here, so do you.
And she'll offer a sweet little smile. Here or anywhere else, I always have a brand to maintain.
And he points at a set of double doors. Dormitories are through there. There's plenty of open space. If you see a door closed, leave it alone. But feel free to take yourself any open room. And he'll stretch out his arm, look at the watch on his wrist. If there's anything else that you need before I retire, or before the Primogen retires, please don't hesitate to ask.
She'll glance over at the envelope with the cards. I may have some later, but as you can imagine, with this being my first night in the city, it's a little much. I'll need some time to process.
you need a ride back to your car.
Oh, I don't have a car.
Oh,
I know I didn't have the need to. Now
oh,
that I think about it, drive anywhere.
you should learn to do that. If you're here most of the time.
And if not, I'm sure we can set you up with a driver of some kind. The clan does maintain a small fleet of vehicles, courtesy of the city.
I'm not supposed to be driving.
Well, dear cousin, with your condition, it would be ill-advised.
Yes.
I'm sure you're a wonderful driver, though.
No.
And he looks at Samantha again, gives that kind of polite smile. Take all the time you need, but I will give you a bit of advice from one old queen to a blossoming rose. The prince will likely call upon your assistance, so if you are summoned, do not ignore it. Please.
She'll give like a concerned eyebrow and just go, duly noted.
We had a young one not long ago that felt as though the prince's summons were elective. It's nothing personal, it's just something that I have added into my little welcome to Philadelphia bit that makes it so no one can say they haven't been told.
I guess there's a reason why they have like do not set fire to underpants.
Warning labels do exist for a reason, yes.
You should also not set fire to the city. The prince doesn't like that.
I know that you guys have had growing pains, but I don't think that would be a problem I would be itching to cause. Though I appreciate the concern.
Then you will get along just fine here. And he'll finish his tea. He'll stand up, straighten his suit out. Now, ladies, if you'll excuse me, I must retire for the evening. I have events to plan for tomorrow.
If you don't let Kay know that you made it back safe from your little reconnaissance, you're going to have to increase her pay.
I shall let her know on my way to my room. And with that, he offers a polite bow to Wendy. He nods his head to Vesper, and he clicks off through the double doors that he indicated leads to the dormitories.
I have a room for you. I hope it's right. I fixed it up special and everything, but you don't look like your picture.
You are so kind, Primogen darling. I would love to see it.
It's soundproof. It's at the end.
Oh, that will be perfect for my proclivities.
And she's just going. And she opens the room, and it is a studio. It looks like someone pulled no holds barred to buy anything you could possibly need to make music.
She'll look around and admire. She would know that this stuff does not come cheap. The details, but recording equipment, she knows like a studio would be so much money that she would just be like, oh.
And the bed for the day sleeps folds out of the wall.
I would never have to leave this room if I didn't need to. You are, and she'll finger a few buttons on some of the equipment.
You've got a brand new Behringer X32. Like, this is all top of the line, like, big money equipment.
She'll offer a very sweet smile. She doesn't. In no world would she think it right to, but if she could, she would probably give them like a hug. But just a sweet bow, and a deep one at that. You are so gracious.
Oh, so this part was right.
Yes, very. It was right, and you are very generous.
Yay. This part was right. You don't look like your picture. Did I tell you that?
I'm sure it happens.
No.
She has no
Good
idea.
night.
And she'll wave. Just smile and wave because she's probably already outside the door. It's like, and she'll slowly close the door.
As you are closing the door, before it closes all the way, you hear a shrill, high-pitched shriek that is immediately recognizable as Laurent's voice. Screeching, "You are not my supervisor," before the door shuts all the way.
You mother...
So she hears him. She's gonna shut the door. Can she hear him at all now?
Nope. Once the door is shut, you cannot hear a blessed thing outside of these walls.
Oh, thank stars above. She's just gonna like lean against the door and just process.
As we bring our scene to a close, tell me, what is going through Samantha's mind right now?
They're being so kind and so sweet and so charitable. What do they want?
What do they want indeed?
Like it's more. It's also like Merrick was kind. Merrick was kind. Merrick was giving. Ugh. For them to one up Merrick, to one up Dante, they want something.
Or maybe, just maybe, this is a city the likes of which you have never seen before. And for someone like Samantha, that's gotta grate on her. Because, like, yes, they could just be generous and magnanimous and kind, but we're kindred. Kindred are self serving and manipulative and just disgusting. So, what on God's green earth and hell's half acre could they possibly want from you? What is it that you could even begin? What is it that you can even begin to provide? You are but a humble musician, a fledgling by this society's standards. You are un bébé.
Wee little bab. Wee little bab.
Just this poor little sweetling that has been plucked from obscurity and made into a burgeoning icon. Even your fame is new. And now you find yourself in a city that is, so far this evening, has bent over backwards to keep you safe, keep you fed, provide you with a studio to record your music in, a haven where you can stay safe from the sun. There are city services that will bring food to your door. You don't even have to hunt anymore.
She knows that she does not know nearly enough of the Camarilla. Nearly enough of the Camarilla to even begin to figure out what they might want, and so she is afraid. She knows she's going to have to tread carefully before she gets herself into another agreement that she may or may not be able to withhold.
And so far, there has not been any pretense of strings for what Philadelphia has given you, aside from the one thing that Laurent said to you. Not if the prince summons you. When the prince summons you. So you will be called upon for service to this city. That much is clear. What shape that service entails, or what shape that service takes, we're just going to have to find out later.
We will.
And with that, I am going to give you one more gift this evening before we close out. You are going to, there is another small bottle, a chilled bottle of blood in your room that will slake you back down to hunger 1.
Okay.
It tastes the same as the tea you drank, just cold.
So, pretty good. Wasn't
It's
nasty.
it's not great. Like, it's cold blood, but like it still tastes better than a lot of stuff you've eaten in the past.
Yeah.
And as we close out our night here in the city of brotherly love, we're going to quick go around the table, and starting with our player, who are you and where can we find you?
Good evening. My name is Shazi, and I am Brat.Khalifa on many different platforms. I post things about vampire all the time, so if you want to catch me on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, it's where you can find me.
And our wonderful Prince/Primogen Wendy Darling.
Hi there. I am G'day FX. I am another member of the storytelling team here at Philly by Night, and anywhere I want you to find me, you can find me either at G'day_FX, which I think by this point is mostly just TikTok, or by G'day FX, all pressed together, which will be where I am on the Tube of You, the Tickety Tocketies, and Where the Skies Are Blue.
And lastly, but not leastly, I am the lead storyteller here at Philly by Night. You can find me at Einar_TTRPG on any social media platform where I want you to find me, or you can find me at Blue Sky at In Stars Orbit. Thank you all so very much for a wonderful session. Our viewers at home, thank you so much for believing in our fun little vampire game. And as we close everything out, I would like you to remember that just because we play monsters does not mean we can't be the light in somebody's world. Have a great night, and we will catch you again in our next session.